Okay, we got a bloated contaminator, which is a pretty decent rare to start off with. So that seems like a pretty easy pick. And then we've got a Crawling Chorus, Malcator's Watcher. This card performs relatively well in Simic. Not the best, right? I mean, I think the best is probably green-white. Just go for the Toxic strat. But it does do fairly well in Simic because of the Proliferate. And it's okay in green-red as well. So lots of different options for picking it as a pack one, pick one. And we also get a Scrap Gorger to go along with it, so that's great. We can just keep cutting green. The rare has been taken from here, so no real clues color-wise. Okay, Skitterfang's been a really good uncommon. And we've got some okay white cards. Nothing else really stands out about this pack, but Skitterfang is a perfectly fine uncommon. We might even be able to give our bloated contaminator Death Touch. Ooh. Alright, so we've got an Immobilizer, Crawling Chorus, and Chimney Rabble. Oh man. So Chimney Rabble versus Crawling. I think Chimney Rabble's slightly better than the Crawling Chorus. We did see some early white cards, and this is one of the white cards that you want in the green-white strategy. And these Rabbles tend to go pretty late, whereas the Crawling Chorus seems to get picked up a little bit earlier. So seeing this around this time... Really, the biggest signal here is the Immobilizer, in my opinion, for a pick 4 uncommon. Like, it's a sign that like the Simic strategy could be okay. Got Charge of the Might, Synthesizer. Kind of just mediocre at this point. So Sawblade, Scamp, Slinger. We go with like the Testament Bearer if we wanted to go more towards the Golgari. But I think we're gonna pick the Slinger or the Scamp, and I think I'm gonna take the Slinger. We could also take Growth. Titanic Growth and just keep cutting green is not a bad idea either. Yeah, let's cut green. Alright, we got Helm, Bardiche, Hive Master, Blazing Crescendo, Basilisk, and Atrocity. I think I go with Blazing here. Blazing Crescendo's been pretty decent, and Helm, not so much. Bardiche, kind of filler. Atrocity as well. So I think we'll take the red card here. This has been a pretty decent card though. Hive Master I've not been disappointed with. Okay, Serum Snare. So we're seeing some late blue, not surprising. And then we've got Hazardous Blast, Slinger, and Aspirant. Blast is good. No doubts about it, especially in Gruul. We only have Scrap Gorger, but maybe we'll see some Rustvine Cultivators. If we cut green, red hard enough. And then we've got a Finisher. The Finisher's been kind of meh. 7 cost cards in general are pretty brutal, pretty hard to get down. The Slinger, on the other hand, is a Grizzly Bear that's fine. And I like it more than the Predation Steward. Because destroying the artifact can't matter. And then we've got Bring the Ending and Malcator on the wheel. So we kind of figured that that would be the case. So green hasn't felt terribly open. Like, what, we picked up Contaminator, Scrap Gorger, and then Growth. So I'm going to take the Watcher in case we have to pivot into, like, blue-red or something like that. And that's a choice, because Rebuke isn't bad. Just kind of mediocre. Immobilizer, okay. Definitely blue signals. Alright, and then Bardiche we can put away. Why can't I type? Alright, what do we get? We got Apparatus Thrumming, Expand, another Skitterfang. Okay, the Skitterfang's okay, and the Cackler could be decent enough to play. Give it a shot. Skitterfang's good. That is some good white. We got Stalker, Plague Nurse, Scamp, and Centurion, and then Paladin and Predation. So we could take this and spec on switching over to Boros, since green really hasn't felt like it's open. We're not seeing any Rustvine, and we're really not missing out on much to speculate on the pick here. And then we get a pack 3 Contagious Vorax, so maybe green it was open, it's just weak. There's a Strider here too, but the Vorak is just too nice. There's an Engraver, which I like pretty highly. Probably take it over the Free From Flesh. Well, the red cards have been flowing. That's that is for certain. Red is open. Question is red and what? Steward is good in a pinch. We can cut it. Logbook, Helm, Ring, Scourge, another Cackler. Cackler could work. Especially if we're going to do like the Titanic growth aspect to it. I would rather not run the Rebuke. Okay, so by pick 7 here, we are just cut out of our red-green. Which is not great. And this pack is just awful. I guess we could splash Bardiche if we need to. Complete Devotion. 2 Skitterfangs is nice, though. And right now, we could definitely be doing, like, a 16 lander with only 2 4-drops. That's always an option. Oh, we got an attendant. Maze, thirsting. I'm gonna keep cutting white in case we need to just pivot over to white. Run another scamp. Centaurion hasn't been super impressive. Probably on par with the Sawblade scamps. Would rather not play them, but we can play them in a pinch. They do give us some oil. The problem is that we don't really want to be using our combat tricks that early. So, Eye of Malcator, huh? Block your Eye of Malcator nonsense. Maybe it should be the Maze Skull Bomb just for playables. Well, we got an evolving adaptive, which is good. There's an Archfiend of the Dross. Be fun if we were in the black. We have Anoint there too. It's an easy evolving adaptive. We're kind of forcing green. X-Gold Slash. Alright, I think it's pack 3. We really waited long enough. We can say that we're not doing any late game pivots. The Halberd's like a B. Slash is like a B. We need some interaction. We've got plenty of creatures. 14. So let's take the Slash, and then maybe in some weird universe, the Strider or the Halberd wheels. Alright, then we've got... Nada. Free from Flesh, probably. It's Free from Flesh or Maze's Mantle. Yeah, and the Mantle's really not what we want to be doing. But Free from Flesh can work. Our weakest cards are probably these Sawblade Scamps. Good afternoon, Shock. Lethal Demolition. I found it to be an okay... Like, if I was in best of 3, I would definitely run this. It's definitely a decent enough sideboard. And I found it to be okay if you're really lacking removal. Alright, let's get the Blazing Crescendo in here and just do a quick count. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're good. 8. We've got enough early. Blazing Crescendo is a decent trick, decent interaction. Right now it looks like we are going to try to run 16 lands if we can find enough playables. Just since we haven't picked up any of the Furnace Striders or anything. Growth over Mantle. Blue being wide open as usual. Copper Longlegs and Thrill. Not really going to run either of those, so I'll just take the uncommon. Thrill again. Cackler may be good enough. Cackler's alright with the more tricks that we have, and so we have 2 growths and 2 blazing crescendos. So I don't mind the trample and it gets a little bit of synergy with the oil that we've got going on. So that probably makes the deck. And then we've got Engulfer, which I have no interest in running. Sacrifice, which I don't want to run either. I'll take the sacrifice just for vault progress. We need one more scamp. Let's get in there. We could do this, but I want to run 16. 16 lands with the Vorak seems okay. In case I change my mind. Vault progress. I think there was an interesting Simic build here. Maybe. Blue was very open, as it usually is. So we do have a single pip here, which makes me feel like we should just go with the 8/8. Because turn 1 Evolving Adaptive is nice, and then we also have the Scrap Gorger and Vorak, so it seems decent. It's another bloated Gruul deck. Mostly red this time. And with 3 scamps, it might be correct to run this as 9/7. But let's give it a shot. Alright, so Evolving Adaptive into Bloated Contaminator, which could just keep doing this over and over. Then we've got a combat trick on Titanic Growth. Got a strategy. Turn 1 churning. I like turn 1 churning. As long as they don't turn 3 throne, or what, a forge. Churning Reservoir is fine. No! Those punks. Hey, what's up, Shadows of Change? I was tempted to play out the Scrap Gorger just because we don't have lands. And they have a Tyvar's Stand. They have a 1-cost green. So we will want to be kind of careful of that. I'm really sad that they had the removal for the adaptive, because Bloated Contaminator plus Evolving Adaptive was gonna be silly. Oh, I didn't get the oil counters off of it, but that's fine. Hold up slash? Probably not. Let's play Sawblade Scamp. Let's get it. Alright, so Blazing Crescendo could have... they could have done the Blazing Crescendo. They give it 4, but they decided not to. Skitterfang is pretty tempting, because every time that it hits, then we get... Let's see, Tyver's Stand gives it reach, yes? Target creature gets +X/+X and gains hexproof and indestructible. Okay, so no. Just... I think I'll just do this then. This seems fine. Since we can remove an oil counter on bloated... I would really like one more mana. But we've got some combos. Skitterfang with bloated, the evolving adaptive with bloated. There's a lot of combos there that could just be infinite loops. Infinite loops of oil. How's the Destiny 2 been treating you? Okay. We did end up hitting our adaptive. So we're going to put back the Cackler and a land. And go for the 1-2-3 curve. Pretty brutal to mull to 5, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. What's a flash? Oh, they've got a 1-cost white. Is that Zealot's Conviction? Oh no, it doesn't give... Doesn't trigger it, so it would be a trade. Ooh. Uh-oh. We've gone pancake. Repeat, we've gone pancake. What if I gave Scamp flying and I just let them trade? This feels really bad. That's right. Oh, and they have the combat trick. Damn it, we knew they had zealots. I didn't even play around that, so I just threw away my evolving. Alright. Could have given the lifelink. Probably should have done it on the Scamp. Looks like they do have a bite. They didn't do it. It's a good thing we didn't do it here, because then they could have used the Charge of the Mites to kill the 1/1. Should have used it to get some, Oh, hell no, we're not blocking. They can get corrupted. Are we dead too soon, though? So we do put him at 4. We're going to be 1 damage shy. Because then we can tap, and we're so close to killing them. I think I am going to block 1 here. It's a gamble on whether or not they have removal. If they have a pump spell, we're dead, right? Because they need to deal 3 damage. So... guess they don't have any fast spells because it was priority wasn't being held up. And they're dead. We got there. Oh, that was close. That was a nail biter. Okay, well so we basically have a mold of 6, and that's if we don't hit green. Otherwise, we do have like plays. So we're first. Probably get in for a fair amount of damage with this little scamp. Alright, especially with them having the ability to hold up shock here in response. Yeah. So it's toast. We've got another thing in removal? Ooh, they got a 4-drop on Koth. Feels bad, man. So Blazing Crescendo doesn't get around the Contagious Vorak. So we can give this... For the time being, I think it's actually better to just use the 2 things of oil and get in for 4. So this one will target you and give it flying. If we draw land, we can do the Barbed Batter Fist and Blazing Crescendo. Otherwise, we can just do this and equip. Oh, they want to attack now, do they? So we can hit him for 7. I'd rather keep the Shrapnel Slinger back to block the Toxic 3. And could do the Contagious Vorak and proliferate the Skitterfangs. But we can do that next turn. Ooh, I could also just go aggro and let them trade the Slinger or the Brutalizer. Although, do we want to trade? Not necessarily. Okay. Killed both of mine. That's pretty brutal. That was pretty brutal. No reason to proliferate there. We got him on the back foot. Ooh, and they took that back foot back. Bloated Contaminator. Okay. That's a good thing to have with Blazing Crescendo. Wait, did I want that on the Contagious Vorak? We could have traded Voraks. Because here they block with the Brutalizer and I have to 2-for-1 myself. I think I like taking one more turn off and then attacking the +3 on the Blazing Crescendo could make it so that we could get okay, so if they have Tyvar's stand, they can pump for 5. Which would be lethal. We could also put the Vorak and the 2/2 on the 4/5, and that's a 1-for-1. Okay, I did give them Corrupted, but usually that doesn't matter. Oh, all right. No funny business. They're on top deck. So I can attack with the Bloated Contaminator, and I can attack with the Barbed Batterfist. This is a total of 5. Could also just attack all. I'm going to attack all and see how they block, because if they don't block the 3/1, right? If they put the 3/3 on the 2/2 and the 4/5 on the 4/4, then I can just double pump on the 3/1 and they're dead. Booyah! Okay. It's not great, but it'll do. I like having this. I like having Free from Flesh up on this. So depends on if they have Whispers of the Dross, right? Which looks like they did. So, whoo! Got around that one. So this gives it +4/+4. The problem is they could have a combat trick of their own here. And if they do, it's probably a 2-for-2. Unless there's a way to give something first strike. I'm gonna go for it. Okay. No combat trick. Okay, 3/3 here, which we can remove with Blazing Crescendo, or we could do the Skitterfang and just give it flying. Kind of like using the Blazing Crescendo to try to get more damage in, so I'm going to go with the Skitterfang. Alright, let's see what they do. Black, green, white. Not afraid of 3-color, huh? No! Boo! Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, we could just wipe their board. And then play Chimney Rabble. I'll let you get the poison in. We're gonna save as much oil on the Skitterfang to do silly nonsense. Blocking Corrupted feels okay with the chump blocker. Oh my god. Okay, so the 3/3 strike. It's got first strike and death touch, so it doesn't matter that we can give it +1/+1. Six. Blissa can remove counter from Skitterfang. Kind of like blazing on the Cackler. I'm gonna go for mana efficiency. Could be wrong. We're gonna chump block. What a land! What a land! You hate playing one-dimensional control decks? Be remaining Katose in my Olivia Grixis deck. So now I put Jace in the yard, and Katose goes no more win con. Yeah, that sounds disgusting. 3 hours later. Damn it. Okay. So they had removal for it anyway. This puts him at 3 HP. Did I get a Hazardous Blast? I did. I got one Hazardous Blast. We'll pick it up because proliferating does nothing for us. They still only have 3 lands. You're kidding me? Alright, so what are the options again? Draw a card and lose a life. Destroy enchantment. Doesn't matter. Or remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. Which also doesn't matter. They're not getting toxic out of it, so this is a no block. They get a card draw. They have to lose a life to do it. They have to play a creature here. Or they just dead. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with Cackler there. It's hard to say. Just because being able to give it trample would be nice. Okay, so they played the creature. This looks like lethal. Whew. Alright, back under 1,000. Let's go. Okay, we've got a turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and free... Okay, so... It's not great, but it'll do. Attack with the 2/2 first striker. Then... I probably trade Fuseling here. Yeah. Oh man, that's actually really brutal. Free from flesh on Fuseling. Ow. How many combat tricks do they have? The answer is none. All right. Gosh, Titanic Growth here and Hexgold Slash are both just gnarly combat tricks. Rebel Salvo, you say? Okay. Okay, so that takes care of that. And then free from flesh over here should be fine on that. Although I could have 6. I could have put him at 4. Should I just slash it? I will. I'll just slash it. That's fine. What's up, Isaiah? How you doing? How's your Friday? We're back under 1,000. We're climbing. We got a 5-0 start here. Alright, so... acceptable. Engraver's good enough. I think I'm actually going to trade this. Because it gives us an oil counter for Cackler. And then we've got Hazardous Blast to get over anyway. And Engraver has been problematic. Alright. We threatened them. Threatened them into submission. They took the 1 damage. I think we do it again. Ah. No, not with mana up. They can do a trick in response. Borak versus Cackler. Guess I'll go with the Vorak. Hello, Hex Gold Slash. How you doing? Oh, I could have proliferated if I was a little bit more wise about my decision making. So we've got growth, which is pretty decent. Hey! Don't drown a Nick or my Cackler, that's not cool. Oh. They have a spell. They have a spell. They could. Ooh, yeah, they could have something quite nasty here. They could have the +3/+1. Okay. This is really why I wanted to get rid of that engraver. MVP over here. We have 9 damage. Okay, so that's just a 4/4. Toxic. Okay. Okay, so we want to save the hazardous blast for lethal. And we have 5 here. So that would be 9, 10, 11. I ping with the scamp, and then we just have to dodge removal. Damn it. I think we want to keep it alive. So we've got 7, 4 damage short. We need our Blazing Crescendo or something. +2/+2. So I could attack with the Rabble and trade off the Paladin. But that gets me further away from Hazardous Blast being a thing. I think we're just gonna pass. They do get more time with the engraver. Okay, they only had 1 card left too. And they've got the they've got some pretty evil looking gingerbread people going on here. So I have 7, so Blazing Crescendo is worth... If we draw Blazing Crescendo, it's lethal. So we're up to 8. We need a free from flesh now. Okay, that puts us back down to 5. We're flooding out. We're flooding out. All right, so look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what can I get in the deck? There's a Skitterfang. We've got a Titanic Growth, which would be 1 short. We could Blazing Crescendo into a Titanic Growth. But I do think I need to start chump blocking here, or we just die. So we can put him at 9 HP. We can put him at 9 HP. Still gonna have to be a top deck situation. I can block with Scamp, though. They get to filter through their deck quite well. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not missing any damage anywhere, am I? Wait. Whenever another enters with that creature has a greater power or toughness. So if we could have moved the Batter Fist over, we needed to draw a 2/2 to pump it. That was close, but that doesn't quite trigger it. And +2/+2 is the same as this getting through. Well, that makes it significantly worse, doesn't it? 2/2 or 2/2s? Choose the 2/2. Can I still win? If I draw like a growth, I can hit for 7. So if I draw Titanic Growth and then Hazardous Blast, I can hit for 9, but we need to be able to block once. Sup, Merc? Yeah, for this round we're not gonna get it. They killed our 1 or 2/2. Yeah, they didn't even have anything. We were so close. Okay, so here, block. They can. God, I'm still getting over that cold. Okay, sorry about that. So here, if they attack all, we're dead. I was so close. We were tap dancing that whole time with that hazardous blast. Okay, it's thin, but it has a turn 1 playable. We just really need to grab some. We need to hit a forest. We need to hit any land, but we really could use a forest. Ooh, is it? Do you discard bloated contaminator here? We discard something to hit our draw, and like bloated contaminator is pretty tempting to do because if we miss, we can play Batterfist. If we hit a red, then we can do Skitterfang. It's probably Cackler though. It's probably Cackler. Oh, good! Oh, good. A turn 3 Malcator. You're freaking kidding me, dog. Land? There it is. Freaking kidding me. I can't believe that. I guess sucks to use Blazing Crescendo to kill a 1/1. But we needed to find the land draw. Come at me with your 3/3. Okay. Interesting. I like Skitterfang into the Titanic Growth after we play the Contaminator. Could have actually well, no, we like being at 4. Question is do we move this over or around? I like it where it's at. Okay, Scrap Gorger taking away, so they can pump Scrap Gorger to a 3/3 now. Okay. I like how they're just chilling, you know? I really wish I had a better attacker to get a 2-for-1 off of Titanic Growth. Because, like, right now we could make it into a 7/5, which would still trade with the 2/3s, so that's kind of not great. I guess we'll wait one more turn. I should have hit them with the scamp. I missed the scamp, so we'll do that at the end of their turn here. Black, huh? So they were playing a white splash. I wonder what their black splash is. Atraxa! No. All right. Well, that's a rare worth losing to. That's fine. Death touch, vigilance. What is it? Flying, vigilance, death touch, lifelink. And then you get one of each type of card from the top 10 cards of your library and put the rest on the bottom. So we've got a 7/7 flying, vigilance, death touch, lifelink, 4/7, albeit with 4 with every color except for red. All right. Oh, this is just dumb. I mean, Atraxa gave them so much value. There's no, and we've got the battle chair. Like, that's GG, guys. That's GG. We can ditch here. We need to give it Menace, and it doesn't have Menace? Death Touch. Lifelink? Lifelink. Yeah, Lifelink seems fair. This is the most broadcast Titanic growth ever. And like, yeah, and then they'd have no reason. I thought I could give it Menace. I was thinking like if I gave it Menace, then they'd have to multiple block it. But we in trouble. Oh, they can kill it, so I don't get the lifelink? Are you serious? Oh, it's brilliant. Nicely done. Ball with the moves, man. Or I could just trade it with Rabble. Yes, actually, that's probably the best move. There's no way we win. They go to 24, we go to 10. Like, I could just scoop. But I think that if you're gonna play Atraxa, then you should get the glory of pounding your opponent into the ground with Atraxa. So, Ball Fondral. I mean, we'd be dead, so let's just have fun. Oh, don't... Okay, I was like, don't ruin my fun. That's right, we're gonna make Skitterfang here. Get lifelink. Come on. How dare you? How dare... Alright, they ruined my fun. They don't get to attack me anymore. They tapped my Skitterfang. It's trophy or bust. Ramping? But ramping to what? We don't have anything in our deck. It's a little bit of the pancake of our deck. Scrap Gorger into Free from Flesh can be a fun little time, though. I should have let out with a Forest so that if they play a creature, it doesn't let them know I have it. Okay, so target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Put 2 oil counters on it, right? So if I do this... I can immediately start attacking with a 3/3. And then we can do this turn 4, and then I can play this. And then we can Vorak to proliferate our oil counters that don't do anything. Right? 2 oil counters on it, and then when it's tapped, we can put a... Okay, yeah, I like that. Let's do that. It's fast, it's furious. We can chump block here to prevent them from getting corrupted. If we hit the land off of Contagious Vorak, we can hit for 8. I like just playing Cackler and not going for potentially whiffing. They're just gonna trade, so we're gonna hit for 5. They'll be at 5, so unless they block the Slinger, in which case we'd have to Blazing Crescendo there, and that's not great. But then they go to 1 HP. Yeah, we'll just trade here. I should have held back the Slinger. Alright. Really like 7 damage. See if we can hit the land here. We can't, we can tap Armored Scrapcord. 4 lands! Look at that! Okay. Nice. All we need is one creature to get through, and they're dead. We just can't misclick. They have 0 mana. Are they just rage quitting? We get some salt here. Kinda looks like maybe we just got some salt. We also could have pumped here, which would have been lethal. We got options. Ooh, they salty. Salt rope. I haven't been salt roped in a while, man. And at Mythic? For shame. It's not very nice. Crewman Wilson. That's just mean. Alright, we've got a turn 1, maybe a turn 2 play into a turn 3. It's not great, but we've had this opening hand a lot in this, and it's been alright. Flamestoker really putting a stop to our early shenanigans. We don't have much in our deck that is 4, right? Like, I could hit Hazardous Blast or Chimney Rabble, but that's it. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for this. Gives us an oil counter for later for the Cackler. That's a choice. And mana efficiency is calling me. They didn't have any instant speed removal, so that's good. We can play the mountain. Helps us find some lands. Okay. Hexgold Slash on our bloated Contaminator? Boo! Alright, well at least there's these. What is going on? What are they playing over here? Rune. It's a choice. Seven. This would give it +4/+4 for 6, but it would have enough life that it wouldn't. Oh no, and it would get plussed. Okay, so this is good. We can attack with the Cackler and give it life gain. All right, they got 5 turns to kill us with Rune. That's not great. That was a big part of my strategy. I was gonna say they have to play something that can kill Cackler. And we flooded? Damn it, I just needed 1 playable card there. I could have attacked for 4, hit them for 1. They're gonna draw a bunch of cards. I've drawn currently more lands than they have, even though they've drawn... Oh, actually, we're relatively similar lands. Okay. Okay, we're not dead. Proliferate here so that Scamp can ping for 1. There's our Hazardous Blast, though. That was really unfortunate that we sent our Hazardous Blast to the bottom. Indestructible Trample Thrune. Artifacts. None. Okay. We're not dead yet. We wait for 1 more turn. Wait, so if I sacrifice and I kill Slinger, and then I attack with both the Cackler and the Vorak, they have to just trade board? Otherwise, I'm looking at potentially being dead. It makes Hazardous Blast not lethal, though. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I could have sacked Slinger to destroy Slinger. Just don't Haz Blast me. You know what, I should have attacked because then it prevents their Haz Blast from being lethal. If we beat Thrun, though, I'll take it. It's a good final boss match. They got Flamestoker off. They were able to Hex Gold slash our Bloated Contaminator. So all I needed right there was a little bit on Cackler, right? Alright, if you've got the Titanic Growth, you win. Stupid. Alright, so if we multiple block on Thrun and then block, we're not dead. We go to 1 HP. Okay, so we have to put 2 and 3 on, well, let's do 2 and 3 on Thrun. And then we have to just let the Menace go through. Too many lands for the final boss, so. Oh, and we finished below 1,000. But we still went 6 and 3, so decent. Thank you for watching. Remember to click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next season where we'll be back to climbing the Mythic ladder. So, since y'all are here and y'all are my friends, I'm gonna let you in a little secret, okay? So, when you're drafting, you got to think about pivots, I think, in this set. So, for example, let's say you're Gruul. If you're mostly green in Gruul, and it ends up you can't quite get there, your pivot is worse than if you're mostly red in Gruul, because then you can pivot to Izzet, which is the other proliferate strategy, right? So think about the common color for the different strategies. So for aggro toxic, for example, your core color is white, and then you can pivot into white black and do a toxic aggro strategy, or white green and do a toxic aggro strategy. And then same like I just said with red, it's Gruul and then into Izzet. And so if you're going to go for like the Boros strategy, or you're going to go for the blue-white artifact strategy, you don't really have as good a pivot than if you're going for the oil strategy or the poison strategy. And then the last one is the least drafted, but still has a pivot option, which is Dimir. So if you're doing Dimir and you're going for the, okay, I'm going to kill you through poison counters instead of like poison tribal, if that makes sense, right? Because like black-white and green-white are really killing you through damage more than hitting poison, whereas Dimir is trying to control. And with Dimir, if you don't get there, you want to be mostly blue so that you can pivot into Simic. Because Simic's your other proliferate poison strategy, and will work well with a lot of your blue distorted curiosities, experimental auguries, etc. So that's my opinion on how to go about it. I think blue, red, and white are more important than black and green, even though black and green have stronger cards overall. So very interesting way they designed the set. I think they did do it on purpose, but who knows? Yeah, it's amazing to see how powerful black and green are, and then have Golgari just be not very playable at all. So, fascinating set. Been loving it. Hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and I will catch you all later.